On this episode of UTR, it's our very first ever Winter Wonderland special. First, we hit the UP for a dog day afternoon you won't forget, and a snowmobile race you won't believe. Then we head back south for some Sardine-style skiing and a Sno Drift rally you really gotta see. Get ready to explore the cool people, places, and things that make Michigan winters so darn much fun.
Remember Snow Day? When the schools were closed and the day was wide open. The first step into fresh powder was like stepping into a new world. The crunch of the snow as it packed under our boots. The drip of icicles melting in the sun. So pull the hat down a little lower and make sure there's a cup of hot cocoa waiting. Because this winter, every day is snow day in Pure, Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.
There's something special about the pride, the skill, and the passion it takes to build something great. The Construction Association of Michigan, CAM, understands that passion and has been providing contractors with the resources they need since 1885.
I've been around the world, but there's one place I keep coming back to. And the more I explore, the more I realize it's the place to be. I'm Tom Dalton, and this is Under the Radar, Michigan.
Now, if you live in Michigan, you don't have to wonder about what to do in the winter because we live in a winter wonderland. And on this episode, we're going to show you a whole bunch of stuff that's covered in white and worth checking out.
That's right. When the going gets cold, Michiganders get bold and hit the great outdoors because there are so many incredible things to do here. If cold is your conduit, we know how to do it here in Michigan.
Besides, we're a pretty hardy breed. Just look at me.
So finish your hot cocoa, strap on your mucklucks, and don your stormy chromer, because it's time for a flurry of frosty fun. In search of our first Winter Wonderland adventure, we headed up and over the mighty Mackinac Bridge to Michigan's incredible Upper Peninsula. This is where we discovered that man's best friend is one of the best ways to explore this wonderful wilderness.
Have you ever wanted to mush your way across the frozen tundra and explore new faraway lands? Well, if you haven't, go make a sandwich or something.
Because the rest of us are going to have an incredible experience. Here at Nature's Kennel near the town of McMillan, Ed and Tasha Silstra and about 150 of their best furry friends will give you the ride of a lifetime. All you have to do is show up, and they'll show you the ropes, the way, and why this is one of the coolest things you'll ever do in the winter.
I know because it's only 4 degrees above zero, you're probably worried about me, but I'm wearing everything I own. So I'm not cold at all, actually. This is wonderful. You live in paradise. This is absolutely beautiful up here. How did you get into this?
I met my husband at a bike shop in Ludington, Michigan. He was working at a bike shop. He had gotten into sled dogs with kind of a family friend guy who said, hey, I bought a dog team, help me train. So he had a few dogs, kind of into the dog sledding scene a little bit when I met him, and he fixed my bike.
And then it was love at first bark?
There it was.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
This is absolutely serenely beautiful up here. And I was going to say I'd love the quiet, but I think you have a few dogs barking in the background. How many dogs do you have?
Just about 200.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What breed is the best for dog sledding?
Well, these are all Alaskan Huskies.
Alaskan Huskies? And from what I know from being at the UP 200 dog sled race, they love this. They live for this.
They do. They love to pull. I mean, a lab loves to retrieve a tennis ball all day long.
Yeah. My dog loves to sleep.
Yeah, dog loves to sleep. These guys love to pull a sled and be outside in the winter all day long.
So you guys do all kinds of dog sled experiences here.
Correct.
So can people like me actually drive their own team?
Yes. So we teach you how to do that. You would get a 5-dog team following a guide.
Right.
Teach you how to hook up the dogs, what to say, G and haw to turn right and left, let's go to go.
G and haw.
G and haw. And then we do...
Like G-haw. Sorry.
we do like 2 different options. You can do a 10-mile trip or a 20-mile trip.
Yeah, because somebody said that you have a trip where you actually go 20 miles out and you spend the night?
You spend the night at our Mushers Village, which is a cabin and a yurt and sauna.
Oh.
Yeah, right. Then you don't have to wear everything you own because you'll be warm in the sauna. And then we mush back out the next morning.
What happens when a doggy gets older and retires from mushing or yee-hawing?
Yee-hawing, they can live on your couch.
Oh,
yeah, they adapt really well to house life. They know how good they have it.
So do you adopt them out? Or?
We adopt them out. We have dogs all over the country. So they live to tend to be about 16, 17 years old.
Yeah.
So about 7 or 8, I start to look for them to get into family homes. And they just become a really good dog. They will not fetch, and they probably won't chase a Frisbee, and they most likely will not bark at an intruder, but they will keep your couch warm.
And it's probably not a good idea to hook them up to your cart at the grocery store. That's
Probably not.
not a good idea at all. How far away do people come from for this experience? Because the drive out here, by the way, is breathtaking. It's literally out in the frozen tundra.
Right.
And it seems like every mile back in here we drove, there was an extra foot of snow.
That's getting a little snowy.
How far away do people come from?
All over the world. I had a couple from Austria, was one of our overnight guests just a few weeks ago. Came to the U.S. to do some winter tourism, and they came for dog sledding. We see a lot of international people from Michigan who may be working in the auto industry for a couple years, China, Japan, and you don't have to fly to Alaska to have an amazing winter experience.
Well, speaking of flying to Alaska, you have teams actually that have been, and dogs that have been in the Iditarod, correct?
We do, yeah. We've run the Iditarod and the Yukon Quest.
You guys are the real deal.
It's the real deal, yeah. So dogs that you could mush are Iditarod veterans, or maybe running that race in the future, so you can say you've trained the Iditarod sled dog team.
Wow. No, if I trained the dogs sledding team, they'd head right to probably a restaurant, and then I'd be getting carry-out for 12 little doggies.
I wanted to find out if this really was such a cool way to conquer the cold. So I just asked some folks who just finished.
So you guys just got back from dog sledding?
Yes, we did the overnight trip.
Oh, you did? What did you think?
Oh, it was fantastic. I like the fact that you get the whole experience. They let you harness the dogs, bed them down, feed them, so you're right in the mix. You're not just riding the sled and hopping off and getting in the cabin.
What was 20 miles like on a dog sled?
It was fascinating. You'd lose track of time, to be honest. Just towards the last 15 minutes, it got a little chilly, but I would do it again for sure.
Right
and
now?
Especially the overnight. Well, yeah.
Well, with all that being said, it was time for me to stop running my mouth and start mushing these marvelously motivated mammals. So Maddie Graves showed me the ropes, reins, and the rest of my gear, and off we went on the ride of a lifetime. What a wonderful dog day afternoon we had, and in some of the most picturesque wintry places we've ever perused. The trails are absolutely beautiful, and the quiet of the forest fills your soul. If adventure is your middle name like mine, leave Middle Earth, get up to the UP, and spend some time on a dog sled at Nature's Kennel. I guarantee these guys will love you for it.
Now, what's more exciting than a snowmobile going real far and fast? A whole bunch of them doing it.
And for the past 50 years, that's exactly what they've been doing at the International 500 Snowmobile Race in Sault Ste. Marie. A race that tests the endurance of man, machine, and even a spectator or two, as thousands brave the cold to cheer on their favorites. This 6-hour, 500-mile race on snow and ice is probably one of the most grueling in the entire world. And from beginning to end, it's a wild, wintry ride for both driver and fan alike. While the racers were tearing up the frozen tundra, I had a chance to chew the frosty fat with race director Rick Federow.
Rick, it's cold.
Oh, it's cold.
When we got to the track this morning, it was like 3 degrees.
Oh, I know.
But I guess cold is your friend.
Cold is our friend. There's a misconception here. Throughout the country, in other areas, people think we're snowmobilers, so we race on snow. Not so. We race on ice. We put down over 1.5 million gallons of water to make the only mile oval ice track in North America.
I've heard this called the premier winter sporting event in most of the country, and now that I'm here, oh my gosh, I totally get it.
You're absolutely right. It's the granddaddy of all endurance races. You know, this is the one they all want to be at.
Yeah, to do 500 miles in a car, I can see, but on a snowmobile, these are some rugged son of a guns.
These are true athletes. They prepare year-round for this. It is the toughest, fastest, longest snowmobile endurance race in the world.
Now, this is the 50th year. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you very much.
How did it all start?
Well, back in 1969, there were a group of guys here from Sault Ste. Marie sitting in a restaurant, and they happened to glance across the street and see a pace car for the Indy 500. And they said, you know, you think we can do that? Well, they got with the city. This used to be a swamp, and the city gave them the land and said, you guys want to have fun? Have fun. Well, they had beat-up sleds back then that would top out at maybe 32 miles an hour, and they all came down here, and believe it or not, eventually they picked up over 130 guys in snowmobiles, 130 sleds racing, and it just developed and progressed over 50 years, and today, look at it.
Now, these things hit over 100 miles an hour on the straight
Yes, yes. These guys, they clock in time trials, 115, 118, up to 125 miles an hour. They're flying.
How far away does some of these teams come from?
We have teams from Alaska. We've had teams come here from even South Carolina to try and race. Guys who race automobiles, you know, get the urge to do this, build a little resume. They come from Alaska, California, out east, all through Canada. It is a world-class professional race.
Yeah, this is a sight to see. I recommend anybody that, even if you're not into sledding.
We got it.
This is a world-class racing event.
It's professional. It's no different than NASCAR. Average pit stop takes 21, 22 seconds. Each team has 14 team members, pit crews, just like NASCAR. They fuel, change skis, hoods, whatever it takes, change drivers. It's very professional.
Here's to another 50 years.
Let's hope so, folks. Come and see us here at the UP. It's all left turns from here, right?
Good point.
There you go.
How these drivers are surviving this grueling race, I'm sure I will never know. But I think I've got a pretty good idea how the spectators are doing it.
Are you aware of the fact that there's a land mammal on your head while you're eating another land mammal?
Yes, I do. They taste great.
Excuse me. We're interviewing people who have dead animals on their head. What's yours?
Yeah, mine's a skunk, man.
Is it a real skunk? Is it dead yet?
Oh, yeah, it's been dead a while. You want to smell it?
No, thanks. You're one of the few people out here that don't have a dead animal on your head to stay warm. Now, what is yours?
Mine is a lynx.
A what?
A lynx.
Oh, a lynx. Oh, my goodness. All right.
Yeah, similar to a bobcat, but it's from an upper Canada area.
Right. Is it keeping you warm?
A little bigger cat. You know, my head was sweating earlier.
Really? What's in your cup that's keeping? What's your warming agent?
Vodka. Water.
No, you can't say that. It's a PBS TV show.
Water.
This awesome event really is meant for the hardiest of partiers, and you won't find a tougher or more rugged bunch of drivers than these frozen gladiators. If you want the true definition of endurance, you can either look it up in the dictionary or just come to the next I-500 in Sault Ste. Marie. But I guarantee you that one is a lot more fun than the other. Our next snowy selection took us back south across the bridge to a place where strapping boards to your feet is considered a wintertime treat. Now, to have fun skiing, you need basically just 4 things: snow, hills, gravity, and skis. Well, here at Shanty Creek, they've got all 4 and a whole lot more. Actually, when it comes to any of Michigan's 4 seasons, Shanty Creek has you more than covered with great golf, awesome food, and fantastic family fun things to do. But if downhill is your bag, baby, the runs here at Shanty Creek and Shush Mountain will give you, well, a run for your money. And speaking of money, here's a great way to save some. Sardines, you either love them or you hate them. But for one day a year here at Shanty Creek and Shush Mountain, everybody wants to be one. And that's because it's Sardine Day, where as many people as you can cram into your car get in to ski for one low price. So how many sardines you got today?
There's 6 of us.
Wow, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
Well, as celebration of Sardine Day, I'm passing out cans of sardines for the kids to snack on. It's really convenient. They're oily, so they keep your hands nice and moist. So here, just put this in your pocket. There you go. And then just snack on those. They're little fish. You'll love them. Don't worry about it. All kids love sardines.
So you're a sardine? You're a sardine?
Yep.
And you're a sardine?
Yep.
Okay. Well, in celebration of Sardine Day, we're giving out cans of sardines for you kids to eat on while you're skiing, okay? This one is ketchup caramel. They're new flavors. And here's chicken and chili. Oh, you'll love that. So don't tell your folks because they don't need to know, but just open the cans and just dump the sardines in your pocket and eat them one at a time. It's really handy.
Okay.
What? Oh, here comes your mom. Run. Oh, you can't run. Ski. Go. You're a lot of sardines. How many guys you get in your car?
We got 10 people in our car.
That's awesome.
It's a great trip up from Kalamazoo.
And it's inexpensive. It's a great, saves a lot of money.
You got it, $5 a piece. This is a deal.
Well, speaking of deals, as a celebration of Sardine Day, we're passing out sardines for people to take on the slope. Yeah, just open the can, just dump them in your pocket. Yeah, that's the hot Moroccan spice. That's a favorite with the kids. And that one, yeah, and the oil keeps your hands nice and soft.
Oh, yay.
Enjoy that, enjoy. Yeah.
Thank you so much, yeah.
Wow, it's like we are sardines. So you guys are here for Sardine Day?
Yeah.
Awesome, you having fun?
Yeah.
Well, I have a special treat for you because it's Sardine Day. We're giving away free sardines, and these are eucalyptus flavors, so it helps keep your nose clear. And here you go. Just open them up, empty them into your pockets. Don't tell your folks who gave them to you. There you go. I gotta go, see ya. So you guys are sardines today?
Yeah, I guess
awesome.
so.
And this is your first time skiing?
Yep, I've never.
Well, I've got something for you. As in a celebration of Sardine Day, we're passing out free cans of sardines for you to take on the slopes. And so you want the extra oily ones because you put the oil on your skis. You'll ski extra fast. There you go. That's the hot Moroccan spice. You'll love that.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Well, once our savory sardines were spoken for, I caught up with our Shush and Shanty Sherpa, Chris Hale.
This is my favorite part of skiing, the ski lodge. You know, when you come in, you unnumb your fingers and get something to eat, something to drink. This place is beautiful.
I appreciate that. We think it's a cool place. We think we have fun here, and certainly the variety of things to do, and then still having a home base to unwind and review what you've done.
Yeah. Well, speaking of cool and fun, Sardine Day. Everybody really appreciates it because talk about inexpensive skiing. Oh my gosh.
There's a belief that everything has to be expensive in skiing, and we believe that it can be a value, right? You can have fun, it can be family friendly, and it can be a value.
You know, this place is a great family resort. I mean, the people we talk to love it, and it's very expansive. It's a little confusing at first, but once you get it, it's beautiful because there's so much variety here.
Right. The map is nearly 5,000 acres, which is almost 8 square miles, right? So it's a lot of roads, it's a lot of lodging options, and our experience, we think, expands into the greater Antrim County area, into Bel Air, into Grass River, into the community.
For you personally, what makes you love what you do?
Year-round, it's an awesome place. Like, you know, you're up north, right? That's what everybody wants. So whether it's the lakes in the summer or the skiing in the winter, like, it's a beautiful place. And a beautiful place where people are having fun makes it a lot easier.
Well, in honor of and in celebration of Sardine Day, I've been handing out cans of sardines to everybody. I hope you don't mind, but some of the employees as well. So I actually saved the last can for you. And this is, liver and onions. It's liver and onion flavored sardines.
Who would have guessed it's my favorite flavor?
You're making that up.
After a great conversation with Chris, Jim, Eric, and I had an incredible time conquering every part of the mountain. Oh yeah, that's us. So whether you're a perpetual beginner or an accomplished shusher like me, strap on your skis or grab your board and slide down the snowy slopes at Shanty Creek and Shush Mountain.
And there's really only one way to find out if you like it, and that's to live it like me. My skis are on backwards, aren't they? Darn it. Well, right now we're in balmy Atlanta for one of the most grueling road rallies ever to test your tread. But don't worry, we're not leaving Michigan.
And that's because this is Sno Drift, a full-on battle that takes place every winter on the back roads of Atlanta, Michigan. And if you want to compete, you get one driver, one navigator, one car, and all the ice, snow, and mud our great state has to offer. This rally has a ton of stages that put drivers on everything from snow-covered country roads and ice-filled gravel pits to everything else winter can wind up and throw at you. It's the first stop on the Rally America National Championship circuit, It's the only one that happens in these challenging conditions, and it's just as insane to watch as it is to drive.
High speeds, icy roads, and no studded tires. That's our kind of race, right, gang?
Not only is Alex Berger one of the organizers, he's also one of the competitors. And I caught up with him between stages for a quick Sno Drift download.
So I understand you're in first place.
Yeah, something like that. I am bringing up the rear, but I am having just as much fun as everybody else.
I love the slogan of this rally. It's real cars, real roads, real fast.
Yeah, which in other years is the truth, but this year with the ice, it's more of a survival.
I was going to ask you, what are the conditions like out there?
Right now we've got ice everywhere with water on top of ice, mud with ice on top of it, ice coming from trees, ice coming out from the woods. There's ice everywhere.
How many cars participate in this race?
We started 32 cars yesterday morning.
32 cars?
32 cars.
How many are left now?
We've got about 26, I think.
And there's how many different, there's like 17 different stages?
There's 16 stages, yes. We ran 8 yesterday, we're running 8 today.
How far away do people come to participate and to see this thing?
We've got guys from Colorado racing. We've had people from Louisiana, Britain come in. People for Spectate come in from all over, mostly the Midwest, but we get people that fly in just for this event.
Well, this has been going on up here in Atlanta for what, 50 years?
Close to 50 years now, yeah.
How did it start here in Atlanta?
We kind of started off in Gaylord and everything else, and then with the reception we get from Mount Morrissey County, we just started making this our home and working out of this as our base.
This is an expensive hobby.
It's not cheap, but you know, miles per mile really get you there.
Yeah, well, I mean, everybody looks like they're having a blast, even in these terrible conditions.
You know, it's a challenge, and we're here for the challenge.
Yeah, you got to be tough. You've got to be a different kind of racer to race in this kind of race.
Absolutely, yeah. It's one of those, you want to test yourself, you want to push yourself, so you do everything you can to get traction. It's just a challenge to see what you can do on this stuff.
I think you have to be literally kind of nuts to do something like this.
Absolutely.
Well, that's our cue. So with a full tank and our GPS prepped, we set out to break the rally record.
Well, here goes nothing.
I think we're stuck.
Why is it snowing in the car?
Weird.
This is an all hands on deck racing experience that brings this entire community together. And tons of dedicated volunteers make sure that both the course and the crowds are kept safe and sound. And speaking of sound, they sure can make some.
I noticed everybody has these bells that are ringing. What is that for? So is this your first Sno Drift?
Yeah.
Really?
It is.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah.
What's your favorite part?
I really like when the cars are going down the track and mud is just flying everywhere.
Guys like mud, right?
Yeah.
Blow it up. First Sno Drift?
No, I've been here a few times.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the best part?
Best part is just hanging out, outside in the weather. It's a warm day today, but it's been cold in the past.
Yeah, this is kind of a snowless Sno Drift, which is, yeah, it's like it's a mud drift.
Mud drift, yeah, that's for sure. Yep.
First of all, love the beard. Second of all, how many Sno Drifts have you been to?
Too many to count.
Oh, is it the adult malted beverage that makes it so you can't count?
No, it's just maintenance at this point.
I understand you know some technical stuff about Sno Drift.
Oh, maybe a little bit.
Well, what is it?
Well, I raced here for a few years.
What's it like to race this?
Oh, it's amazing. And every year it's different, right? The roads are just crazy. Look at them. They're all muddy today, and then they can be ice where they're under the trees, and then the snow. It's changing conditions like crazy.
How many times you actually finish?
I finished every time I ran, but with a lot of help from a lot of people. They push you out of the snowbanks, they lift your car out of the ditches. The spectators are the best.
What's your favorite thing about Sno Drift other than the whatever's in your cup keeping Dad warm?
Oh, well, it's, the people, the excitement, the noise, the mud splashing, high speeds. It's watching them slide around. Yeah, good stuff, fun.
What do you like? Yeah, me too. That's exactly how I feel.
So if crazy cars and controlled chaos in the dead of winter on snow and ice-covered roads sounds like your kind of road rally, aim for Atlanta, because Sno Drift will not disappoint. Well, that is, unless you're us. Oh boy.
Hey there. Want to know more about all the great places we go on the program? Just go to our website. You can watch episodes, tell us where to go, jump to our Facebook page, and even buy a hat like mine. So just go to utrmichigan.com. That's utrmichigan.com. Go now. Or now.
Remember Snow Day? When the schools were closed and the day was wide open. The first step into fresh powder was like stepping into a new world. The crunch of the snow as it packed under our boots. The drip of icicles melting in the sun. So pull the hat down a little lower and make sure there's a cup of hot cocoa waiting. Because this winter, every day is snow day in Pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.
There's something special about the pride, the skill, and the passion it takes to build something great. The Construction Association of Michigan, CAM, understands that passion and has been providing contractors with the resources they need since 1885.
Well, here goes nothing.
I think we're stuck.
Nice try, guys.
Darn it. Yeah, more sarcasm.
Nice going, guys.
Yeah, nice going, guys. Yeah, okay, ready?
All right, well, here goes nothing.
I think we're stuck.
These are the outtakes. We need it at the end of the show.
Yeah, nice going, guys. Okay, ready?
Well, here goes nothing.
I think we're stuck.
Nice going, guys.
Darn it.
Not my fault.
Yes, it is.
All right, one more time. Now we know what we're doing.
Okay.
All right.
Ready?
Well, here goes nothing.
I think we're stuck.
Nice going, guys.
Darn it.
It's not my fault.
Yes, it is. What was that?
Your phone.